Hey, welcome to the David Lee Show. This is your host, Dr. David Lee Asbery. Listen, if this is the first time you're popping into the David Lee Show, I want to thank you so much for popping in. The David Lee Show is sponsored by Fixing Fathers Incorporated, where fathers help fathers to be better fathers, Men's Resource, where it's great to be a dad, McKay's Custom Clean, that's customized cleaning. These guys do a great job. That's customized cleaning for all of your needs. And our new sponsor, DBDS Singles. That's DBDS Singles. If you're looking for that husband, that wife, that girlfriend, that boyfriend, sign up, log in to DBDS Singles. Listen, this is something new that we are trying out, and I am so excited to bring video to the David Lee Show. We're going to do this segment probably once a month. And if it catches on, this is just another extension of what we are trying to do. So, of course, we got the magazine, Fatherhood Defined. We got Fixing Fathers, that's giving away chess sets in Connecticut. That is taking off. We got the college tour that we do every year. And we also got the podcast that is doing phenomenal, that I'm so happy about. So we wanted to, our folks were saying, hey, man, we'd like to see what Dr. David Lee looks like. So, we wanted to do a little video. And my son and I came up with this idea to focus on some books that help us and inspire us. So today's show, we're going to talk about the 10X, let me get it right. The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Now, this book, I'm telling you guys, this book is phenomenal. I found it on Audible, and I had my son, I told my son about it, and he found it phenomenal. Matter of fact, I told my son about it, and he had already read it. So we are going to pull out, I think, chapter 4 we're going to talk about today, which focuses on success. So why don't you guys stand by? Let me see if I can get my son on the line, and we're going to try to pop him in and see how this all works out. We're going to add him to the stream. Hey, David, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
What's going on, man? What's going on? How you doing?
I'm well. I am well, man. Thanks for having me on the show. This is exciting.
Man, thank you so much. This is so cool, man. I hope that we don't have too many technical difficulties. I do know that from being on or using this system, the headphones are like way better than what are you using right now? You're using
I'm using earbuds.
Okay, so let's just see how that works, and we'll go on. So we were going to talk about Grant Cardone. Did you read? You of course you read the book before me.
No. You put me onto this actually.
Did I put you onto it?
Yeah, you put me onto it. I think I put you on.
You already knew about it.
Nah. You put me onto it.
Oh, okay, so there you go. Dad put him on. I guess, hey, man,
you put me onto
you can still teach your kids. You can still teach your kids what to do and how to do it. Yeah. So we were going to talk about, Dave. We're going to talk about chapter 4. Which focuses on success.
Yeah,
success. So, what was your take on it, man? Because it was just electrifying for me. I mean, I don't have my notes here, but we're just gonna move forward, and we're gonna, I was so taken by just focusing on success. He talks about how success is a duty, and I never really looked at success in that way.
Word. Yeah, I really dug like that chapter because he, the way that you look at success, just like how you kind of said about it being a duty, he kind of likens it to how, like, if you have kids, you gotta feed them, like you gotta.
Exactly.
It's like it's stuff. I mean, it's stuff that you might have heard before, as far as it being like a motivational book or what have you. Right. But just kind of the way that he breaks it down.
And he's in your face.
Very much in your face. The title of it is like, stop lying to yourself.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like
Exactly,
you're
exactly.
wasting all the potential that you've been given, and all the ideas. Like, it is your duty to pursue these ideas. It's your duty to pursue your passions, and
Yeah,
to like not make excuses and things like that. So, like, I really dig this book. Like, the entire book is amazing. This chapter is amazing, but like,
yeah,
I would say this book is like for the individual who is um working on something,
yeah.
promoting something. I mean, it's for
Right.
any. If you're sitting on the couch
Well, it's
doing
that
nothing,
artist. It's
you
that
can still,
artsy. I think it's that artsy, that businessman. It's
yeah,
like he touches the soul of everyone. When we
yeah,
let's go back to what you was talking about as far as kids and how we do as dads and moms, right? How we will do anything for our kids. Our kids
yeah.
get sick. We wake up in the middle of the night and say, "Hey, listen, no, we're taking him to the hospital.
Does
If
not
he
matter.
needs some sneakers, we will bust our behind to get those sneakers for them."
Yep.
All Grant is saying is that put that same energy
Yes.
in the things that you are trying to accomplish. That's all he's saying. And
Exactly.
like you said, David, this is stuff that we know, but sometimes, man,
You need that reminder.
yeah, you need a
Yeah.
reminder. You need to be touched,
And honestly,
and
that's why I really dig like the self-help and like I like books like this because it's motivational. Like, you
yeah,
can see a motivational quote or what have you, and you can see it, but it's just like the different perspectives
yep.
that the different authors and whatnot give you. And this one is extremely unique. Like, this guy's gonna put a battery in your back, and
Oh, he is
you're
definitely.
gonna be out here
If
like,
you don't get a piece of, if you don't feel motivated after listening to this guy,
yeah.
and I would suggest to folks they get the audio. Hey, listen, nobody here at the David Lee Show gets a dime from Grant.
At all.
He's not giving us a dime, but we're
Yeah.
going to promote it only
He's not
because
getting, not
it's
yet.
good. And
Yeah.
I do believe that young African Americans are not going to pick this up. They're not going to pick it up. So I thought,
Yeah.
why not put my face on it and plug it, because I want this to be a book, that they consider. He talks about action and how we always come up with excuses about, oh, I don't have the money and I don't have the cash and I can't, and we let that block us. But he talks about, hey man, you got action, you're young, you can do these things, man. You can if I just spoke to my wife and she was talking to a college student who submitted about 70 applications to get into a school. Now that's action. That doesn't, and then when you compare what she's doing to other students who are coming up with excuses about counselors and, the counselor didn't do this and the counselor didn't do that. But here you have this one girl who's just a, special person who just put the work in, you know what I mean? And that's exactly what Grant's talking about. This is exactly what he's talking about. Put that work in, that work ethic, and get it done.
Yeah, it's really like the action part of it is the part that you can control. Like, we can't really control how much money we start off with in this world. We can't really change. You can't really change that. I mean, you can, but like, stuff that you can focus on, whether you're an entrepreneur trying to start a business, trying to put out music, or trying to put, like, I don't know, start your own business, a YouTube channel, whatever it is, you have an abundance of action that you can take. And it can be anything. And what he really just kind of like drills down throughout the book is just taking massive action. And it's everything that you already know, but it's everything that you need to hear, because I mean, I just feel like the state of being motivated, it's something that you have to like remember. Like it's a feeling that you have to remember, and it takes hearing it to get you there sometimes. And that's what this is. Like, it's incredible.
I can read a motivational book and just get one little peanut out of the whole book, but it's like worth it to me. So
it sticks with you though.
Yeah. And this is one of the things that I sort of push on dads, when they're going through stuff. Not all of us are we're not going to always go to the doctor, and we're not going to always take care of our mental health. But sometimes I push to dads. I say, listen, man, find yourself a good book, a book that will get you motivated and push you in the right direction. And after you finish that book, find another one that's going to put, you know what I mean? And I find so many jewels from these books that I incorporate into my life. And I think that what makes me so happy about this book is that I feel like it's like no nonsense, you know? You know what I mean? Like it's like no nonsense. I can come up
for yourself.
As a writer, David, as a writer, right? I can come up with so many excuses not to write. I can come up with thousands of excuses. Oh, I don't feel like writing. Oh, I don't have the right pen.
And then he also like there's a part in that chapter where he kind of talks about like people who have tried and failed, and now they kind of sort of like feel ashamed of the fact that like now they're coming back to it, or like even that's an excuse. You know what I mean? Like, you don't be ashamed of the fact that you tried to kind of like start something, it didn't really work out. Get back up, start working on your project.
Right.
Massive action.
Dust yourself off, right?
Like just keep going. Like, so I really, really dig the message. And it's just great to hear. This is definitely one of the books that I'll keep in rotation. I'll listen to this, move on to something else. Listen, just keeping that positivity, keeping that momentum going. It's important.
And we need it. We need it. We're working every day. We're all trying and striving to do some of the things that we absolutely love. And sometimes things don't always pan out. But I look at it like this. It's the same motivation. We wake up in the morning at 4 and we go to work and we do what we need to do to make the money that we need to make. But I always say, and Grant will I think stamp this, is that, we need to also take time out for the stuff that we are passionate about. And when we take the time out, we need to go hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to go hard.
2020 is so hard to stay focused on anything. Like the news, social media, like there's just so much happening.
Netflix.
Netflix. It's just so much happening where, I mean, all of these elements that I just kind of like described just now, excuse me, they're taking away, like they're taking your attention. They want your attention, and you're giving them their attention. This book, I mean, you're giving Grant some attention, but he's giving you something back. He's giving you
I feel that's why like I said,
and get back to things that matter to you. And
right.
I think that this is a perfect guide for that. And I think we need more of this, especially in today's
you know what? I'm gonna reach out to Grant. I'm gonna reach out. You know me, David. I will try. I'm gonna reach out to Grant. First of all, I'm gonna tell him how much I love the book. And then I'm going to tell him, hey, man, how can I do something like this? I mean, I know how to do it, but I want to do it on a big scale like he's doing it. You know what I mean? I want to do it on a huge scale like he's doing it, so that, okay, so, all right. So Grant's a white guy, right? Now, you see this white guy on YouTube. Not a lot of our kids that look like me and you. They're not going to stop and say, who is this guy Grant? They're just not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're going to look at someone young like you. They might look at somebody old like me, but probably not. But they look at somebody young like you and they say, well, who's this David dude? And I feel like the message just needs to be out there that our kids need to work harder. They need to work harder. We need to get them young, especially the kids that are going to college. They need to work harder. They're not working hard enough. They're complaining. I don't have this. I don't want to do that. I don't, and thank God for those who have parents that step in and help. But I really do see the need for them to read a book like this or hear the message, and perhaps they get it on their own. When they hear the message, they'll get it. You know what I mean? Me preaching to them, maybe not. You preaching them would probably be a little different. You're younger, but kids don't want to hear about the preaching anymore. They don't want to hear anybody preaching.
They do that, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's 2020 wellness, mental health, those buzzwords are like all over the place now. So it is becoming a lot more, I guess it's not acceptable, but it's becoming much more promoted. A lot of the
there's no shame.
There's not as much shame anymore. Like a lot of the radio personalities and such are writing like their own, like Charlemagne the God. Like he's very, very big into wellness and he's really, really, you know, people are really, really tuned in to like the Breakfast Club and things like that. You got people like Joe Budden of the Joe Budden podcast.
So they hear these guys and say, hey man, I'm going through problems. I'm
always talks about therapy. It's being advocated a lot more in our community. But I think that yes, there is a lot of real estate, especially as far as attentions to be bought, to be filled, because they need to hear the message, and there's a lot of good that comes from people from any ethnicity. I mean, this is a 50-year-old white guy that just kind of he's like that white.
All right, let me take that back. I'm not trying to piss people off. But what I'm just saying is, I just don't see this 50-year-old white guy getting into the minds of our kids, you know, I just don't see it. I see the Charlemagne. I see Charlemagne delivering that message. I mean, I watch the Breakfast Club and I absolutely love it.
Here we go. But there's
you know what I mean?
For example, to give you another example though, you got Gary V, where he showed up on the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? So who's to say that Grant Cardone won't? So it could happen. It's happening now. But I think that like we are kind of at the beginning of this wave, and like this is valuable content to be shared.
Oh yeah, it's valuable content, and not just for our young kids, but I'm talking about individuals that are my age also who feel they have something that they want to do, but they're kind of stuck. And you know, hitting a book like this, and then of course, we're going to talk about others. We're going to talk about other books out there that are just as that are so just phenomenal, that get me motivated. Just a simple. I was just talking to someone the other day about when I get off the train, I used to listen to Rocky. And that thing, you know what I mean? That thing gets you rolling, that song just gets you rolling, gets the juices going. So, these are little things that we can do to keep us moving and keep our minds, both sides of our brain bouncing and motivated and focused on what you want to do, what you want to do. One thing.
Yes.
That's special.
Yep. Awesome. Right? Definitely.
So with that said, David, I want to thank you so much for, we're up here at 10:30, 11 o'clock. And I want to thank you so much for popping in.
Yeah.
And, we're going to do this. I've been telling the viewers that we're going to do this probably once a month, if not more. This is an addition to the podcast. I was getting a couple of calls about, hey, want to see what you look like, Dr. Asbery? Want to see what you look like? So here it is. I hope that I didn't upset anyone. Hey, forget it. Just do the podcast. Do the audio podcast. Stay with that. I don't want to see your head. I don't want to see that bald head of yours. But hey, I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. And I learned that in the book, like I said, he ain't giving me a dime or dollar.
Massive action.
I learned, step out of that comfort zone, and, get stuff done. So any last words that you want to add? Because I have said more than enough today.
Nah, you said it. You said it. Thank you for having me on. I'm definitely looking forward to doing some more shows.
Yes.
And there's even more cover in this book. So definitely.
All right, y'all. So the David Lee Show is once again, the David Lee Show is sponsored by Fixing Fathers Incorporated, where fathers help fathers to be, you guys know what, better fathers, men's resource, where it's great to be a dad. McKay's Custom Clean, they clean our office every 2 weeks. They do a wonderful job. McKay's Custom Clean, that's customized cleaning for your individual needs. And our new sponsor that just sent a check to keep the lights on, DBDS Singles. If you're looking for that husband, that wife, that confidant, that somebody special. Just log on, sign up to dbdssingles.com. We don't sign, we're not down with dbdssingles.com here at the David Lee Show because we're married. We could get in a lot of trouble. So I love my man Lawrence.
Nah, but you got fathers that are looking for like new wives.
Exactly. We are
single.
here.
Yeah, you have single dad. You know what I mean?
Here at the David Lee
gotta
Show.
put them on.
But this is a great site. It's a great site for the single guys. You're married too, David. So I don't see you on no DVD.
It's not for me, but I might have like a friend who's like,
He's a sponsor.
A father and single.
Hey, he's trying to bring brothers and sisters together with knowledge, man. I love this dude. I had him on the show a couple of times. I absolutely love this guy. So, like I say, looking for that husband, that wife, that confidant, that somebody special that you just want to talk to, log on.